Welcome back to We're Right Here. I'm Karen Richards with CNB Bank, and today I have with us Lauren Harmison. Lauren is CNB Bank's Executive and Training Coordinator and is the 2025 Employee of the Year. So, Lauren, I want to start out by saying congratulations, my sincere congratulations to you, and such a well-deserved honor.
Thanks, Karen. It definitely came as a surprise. I was in an elite group of possibilities, so I was stoked to be honored
It
to
was
be the
tough
employee.
competition
Oh
this
my
year.
gosh. And when I looked at the competition, I was like, well, those are the people that I depend on every day.
Yeah.
And so I've never put myself in that class of people. And Mark kindly reminded me that it was well deserved. So that meant a lot.
So you're in a role now where most of the bank depends on you at some time. So you have kind of a unique role at the bank where you touch every team member, every board member, every advisory board member. And you've been in this position now for, I think, about a year.
Yeah,
Is that
February
right?
last year. Yep.
So talk about what you did before
Okay.
and then the change to this position and what you've liked about it and what's
Yeah.
been challenging.
So I have genuinely always enjoyed being a support role. So before I became the executive coordinator, I was a mortgage loan processor. And I genuinely enjoyed knowing that my work was setting up our lenders for success. Whatever I could do to make their job easier, whatever I could anticipate, what they needed. I always felt like that, drove my success. And so when this opportunity came up, I was like, oh my gosh, I can take that skill set and the things that I love about that job and kind of apply it just a little wider across the bank. It's really just given me an opportunity to, like you said, get to work with our senior leadership team, our new hires, our board of directors. And I really just get this special bird's eye view of how the bank works. And I really do appreciate the tiny details that it takes to make the whole bank run, just with that kind of different perspective that I have.
I remember you telling me about your position as a mortgage processor and how, did you start with CNB in 2020?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So it's been going on 6 years. And you were assigned kind of our local celebrities, right? So you
Yes.
had Gail Moxley, you had Arnie Stotler.
Yep.
And so you had the mortgage banker names that everybody in our
Yep.
community knows. And what a big position that was for you to make sure that you set them up for success.
Yeah.
And then I remember when you posted for your current position and you sat down with me and you're like, should I put in for this? Like, what are we looking at here? And now you're in another position where you get to set the entire team up for success. And you do such a great job at that.
Thank you. Yeah, that means a lot. I remember coming in and thinking, oh my gosh, I'm brand new to this bank. And, it had only been mortgage loan processing for a couple of years before that. And I know that the first couple conversations I had with those lenders, they were feeling me out, but I just developed an incredible relationship with them. And Gail and I are still really close. And of course, Arnie is retired now. And I am blessed and so lucky to have gotten to work with them. And then, I still get to talk to Arnie.
Yeah.
And Gail and I have remained close. And so that has just, kind of been an evolution. And like I said, I have always enjoyed that support piece. And somebody once told me, you have builders and you have climbers, and, what do they say? You can't have 100 CEOs. And so I have always really treasured the building role and just ensuring that whoever is climbing, has a really strong foundation. And I think that those roles are really important. So I really take a lot of pride in what I do.
And I think your perspective has always been helpful for us ever since you joined us. Coming from a large bank environment to a community bank environment, and you serve on our LAC, our Leadership Advisory Committee, and have, I think, since maybe as soon as you joined, joined CNB. And so we've always appreciated your perspective because you can kind of tell us, like, from somebody that came from another financial institution, I can tell you what you're doing well, and I can tell you what you can improve upon.
Yep.
So
I think that I found a lot of love in community banking, and the opportunities that I've had to grow and to serve are very different than big banking. Big banking has a place, and they do a lot of good work, but definitely found that my alignment is in community banking.
So talk about your time on the LAC a little bit.
Okay. Our Leadership Advisory Committee is such a fun group of people. I find that they want to be there. And so they will do whatever they can to make positive things happen. And so I wanted to be a part of that group because I enjoyed being there. And I was like, what can I do to make sure that everyone loves coming into work as much as I do? That sounds so cheesy, but genuinely,
True.
what changes can we institute, or what can we keep doing well? I think that, sometimes we always like, what can we change? What can we change? What can we change? But then when you step back and like, oh, we're doing a few things really well. And so just to not lose sight of those types of things. You always say we don't just plan parties, but we do get to do a lot of fun stuff and just be involved and be aware of what's going on and share that information with our teams.
Right. So I want to talk a little bit about our core values. And I don't know if you've actually read what will be in our annual report around your Employee of the Year win. So I just want to read a little bit of it. Lauren is often described as one of CNB Bank's cheerleaders. She champions our people and our culture with sincerity. Her passion is contagious. She celebrates team successes, supports colleagues through challenges, and inspires others to bring their best to work each day. She remains a visible ambassador of CNB's core values, consistently demonstrating integrity, stewardship, and teamwork in all that she does. Okay, so let's talk about stewardship specifically and how that applies to you in your daily life, not just your work life, but you're one of the first ones always to raise your hand to volunteer for an event and encourage others to do so too. So what does that mean to you personally, and then also for community banking as a whole?
I think our roots are in community service, and everything that we do, lending decisions, deposit decisions, always goes back to, is this the right decision for our community? And so then you take those principles and you apply them to organizations that just need help, or they need a few extra hands. And when we get to be out in the community, and especially when we get to be out in the community with our team members, we kind of build a different relationship with them, and then we get back to work and we get to share those stories, and we get to know that we truly did make a positive impact in the communities that not only that we serve financially, but then that we serve just with a few extra helping hands.
It's kind of like little team building events that we get to do together all year long.
So I always, Mark will love this, I always tell the story. If you get an opportunity to fry French fries at the South Morgan Volunteer Fire Department Carnival with the CEO of the bank, you take that opportunity every time. And we've got a handful of, extra volunteers for that event. It just changes the way that you feel when you come to work. And knowing that not only that the bank is supporting our communities, but then you get to help with that support as well.
So talk about some of the challenges in your new position. So it's totally different than what you were doing before. And so you're really split your time, right, between executive coordinating, which is our leadership team, our board, our advisory board, and then training coordinator, which there's the piece that touches all of our team members, from our new hires to ongoing trainings to whatever it might be, helping with a team building day or helping with our online courses. So really you're touching everyone at some point. So what's the challenge there?
I think just meeting so many different types of needs. So with the training coordinator piece, the needs of new hires are so different than the needs of our tenured staff. And so making sure you can identify, how to onboard the best way possible, but then continue to take care of our people that have been here, make sure that they have the resources that they need, whether that's policies or procedures, or refresher, training. And so, we've kind of looked to see what education can we bring in. That is one of our biggest pride points, that we really pursue education opportunities for our team. And so being able to kind of champion that and encourage our team members to look for opportunities, that we can make happen has been not a challenge, but again, it's just kind of juggling those needs. And then couple that with making sure that senior leadership has what they need, because their needs are very different than the rest of the team, and our board and our advisory board. But truly, we are really lucky. I guess I can't compare other boards and advisory boards. I'm sure every bank has the best board, but we have top-notch
Don't we?
board members. And so it has been incredible to get to know them and that they trust me, and they call when they call and they need something. And, we open the door and they know my name, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I just feel so lucky to get to know them and have developed that relationship with them. But it is a juggle. And one of the things that I have worked on and am continuing to work on is, deadline pieces. And so before, in my role as a mortgage loan processor, there were very specific deadlines, and you always knew what was coming up. And so I guess a professional challenge has been kind of stepping into a role that has longer term projects, and that's new to me. And so that has been fun to kind of develop a new skill set in myself.
Well, it's been fun for me, and I think I've told you, to watch you own this role really like no other. So you're probably the most perceptive person I know.
Oh my gosh.
And you have the ability somehow to anticipate our needs before we even know what they are. So I don't know how you're doing it, but you're doing a great job.
Thanks.
So let's talk about some of your favorites.
Okay.
So what's your favorite restaurant?
Locally or nationally?
Let's do locally.
Locally, probably Firebox 55. The sweet potato fries with the apple butter. Oh, every time. And the pimento cheese. We get the pimento cheese every time. And then I always go home with an extra container of pickles.
You do?
They're so
they are good.
They're so good.
Yeah. What's your favorite food?
My favorite food. Oh, pretty much anything. I used to cook a ton, but now I really enjoy going out and finding good food. So probably one of my favorites is barbecue. I have family in the South, so we, dabble in different types of barbecue. So if I had to pick a type of food, it would definitely be that kind of realm.
Yeah. What's your favorite vacation spot?
My husband and I got married in the Outer Banks, so that's definitely top two. Other than that, we spend a lot of time in Florida. We have
You're fresh off.
I know. We just got back yesterday. So we spend a lot of time in Florida in amusement parks. We have a blast.
Yeah. Any hobbies?
I find that I am a hobby jumper. So I have dabbled in a few different granny hobbies. And so I've crocheted, I've diamond painted, I sew, but never for very long. My attention
before
span.
You're on to the next.
Yep.
What are your kids into?
So Embry, our 15-year-old, is heavy into basketball. He was the team manager at Hedgesville High School this year, so that was awesome to get to watch him kind of grow into that role. Lily is gymnastics, dance, cheer, anything pink, and our youngest, Wyatt, is into anything that moves. Cars, robots. He is trying to find his way in the sports realm. He's little. We tried football. That's where my heart is. He wants to do baseball and soccer, and so anything that he can do to move his little feet. So that's always fun to kind of just watch them explore, what they're going to be into next.
So Wyatt's into anything that moves. So give us your fun fact.
Oh,
speaking of anything that moves.
Karen, I have waited my entire life. How many times have you gone in to do an icebreaker?
It's the worst.
What's your fun fact? My entire life, I have been like, okay, I need a fun fact. I just told you about my hobbies and they're not great. And so my fun fact is, a few months ago, I adopted from the pet store a tarantula.
Named?
Jeremy.
That's my favorite part. His name is my favorite part.
Jeremy.
Yeah.
So shortly after we got Jeremy, we did also adopt a jumping spider, Ferdinand. And they're incredible. They are not snuggly pets.
No.
We just kind of watch them. Jeremy is scared to death of everything. So we see sometimes 4 little legs sticking out, and then he right back into his cave.
But you have a fun fact.
And I'm still married.
You're still married?
And I'm still married after I brought Jeremy home.
Amazing.
But
Yeah.
Wyatt was stoked. He was
I bet.
thrilled. It was either that or like some kind of aquatic animal. And when the guy was like, yeah, you don't really have to clean the cage out that often, I said, I'll take that one. I'll take that one.
Mine.
So it's been fun. It's been fun to watch Wyatt kind of learn about him. And he has, bug encyclopedias, and so he reads and he watches him. And even Lily, she loves watching Ferdinand. He's a little more active, the jumping spider. And then, of course, the 15-year-old, he thinks that we're absolutely insane.
Of course he did. But he's 15.
But he's 15. So I could have brought home...
It wouldn't matter.
Anything. No. And he would have thought we were crazy. But yeah, my fun fact, we have a tarantula, an Arizona blonde. So pretty basic, but... But we love him. Well, we don't all love him. I love him.
But you've accepted him into the household. Well, it's been so much fun to get to know you outside of the bank, too, because I remember when we started, the kids are in cheer together in football, and you said that football mom Lauren may be a little different than work Lauren. So
true.
Hearing you scream Wyatt from the stands every Saturday during football season.
And so then Lily, this was the first year that she cheered, and so I'm hollering at Wyatt, and I look down at Lily and I'm like, oh, go Lily. And she's like, no, Mom, no, don't cheer for me.
Yeah.
So that was fun. It's a blast. I love supporting, whatever they're doing. And like I said, it's just been so much fun to kind of watch them. But I do have to remember that my boss is sitting behind me. So we keep it
Speaking
fun.
of bosses.
No.
I think you owe a shout out to your favorite boss of all time.
I do owe every bit of my success to Joe Haranes. Thank you for everything that you've ever done for me, including telling Karen to tell me to give you a shout out. So I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart.
Well, before we wrap up, just one more time, congratulations on your win. I want to read one more paragraph from the narrative that'll be in the annual report coming out next week. Lauren embodies our promise to our employees, our customers, and our communities. Her unwavering commitment, her joyful spirit, and positive influence are felt across CNB Bank, and we're honored to recognize her as CNB Bank's 2025 Employee of the Year.
Thank you.
Congratulations
so much.
again.
No, and thanks for having me here.
Yep, thanks for your time.
And thanks for all of your support over the last couple of years. This specific honor has truly meant a lot, and it just reminds me, why I love coming in and doing what I do every day.
You do a great job.
Thanks.
Well deserved.
I appreciate you.
All righty. That does it for us. This was We're Right Here, and we'll see you next time.